I traveled back 2 years, pregnant with a child of my past life. Inside the penthouse suite, the sight before me could have been pulled straight from a scandalous headline. Haley, the university's charity case, was kneeling on the carpet, her lips teasing the buckle of Liam Sterling's belt. She looked up, eyes gleaming with mischief. "Oops, Liam," she said with a giggle. "I think I left a mark." I acted like I hadn't heard a word. Ignoring the stares, I crossed the room, not toward Liam, but toward his twin brother. Someone from our circle called out, confused, "Chloe, Liam's over there." Liam's expression darkened. "Chloe, come here." I didn't even glance his way. Instead, I stopped right in front of Julian Sterling. He was lounging on the couch, casual yet commanding, a lazy smirk curving his lips. Beneath his Ivy League polish, there was something dangerous, a glint that said he was trouble wrapped in silk. He raised an eyebrow. "Looking for me?" Without a word, I handed him a folded piece of paper from my clutch. "An ultrasound. I'm pregnant with your child," I said evenly. "Do you plan to raise it with me?" Julian froze. "What?" The air vanished from the room. No one dared breathe. Liam's glass shattered against the marble floor as he sprang to his feet. "Say that again," he hissed. "Whose baby?" Silence. The kind that splits the world in half. Everyone knew Liam and I were inseparable, the power couple of the Sterling family. What they didn't know was that 2 hours earlier, I had ended things for good. Julian took the paper from my hand. His fingers, long, pale, steady, unfolded it with care. His eyes flicked over the image, then lifted to meet mine, sharp with disbelief. It's yours," I said simply. "Are you going to step up, or should we discuss this somewhere private?" I didn't blink. Neither did he. He was studying me like I was a puzzle he couldn't solve. Finally, someone broke the silence. "Chloe, this is a joke, right?" Others chimed in nervously. "Yeah, come on, that's too much." Haley was just doing a dare. She barely touched him. "Chloe, don't do this. Liam's crazy about you, you know that." "Haley, say something." Haley stepped forward, eyes wide and uncertain. "But she doesn't look like she's joking," she whispered. And just like that, the tension thickened again. Liam stormed over, grabbed the ultrasound from Julian, and scanned it. A dry, disbelieving laugh escaped him. "Chloe," he said, voice tight, "is this about me paying Haley's tuition? You think I'm cheating because I helped her? So you pulled a sick stunt with my own brother?" "A stunt? Oh no. This was just the beginning. I was born with a condition. I need the energy of love to live. If no one in the world loves me, I die. Instantly. In my previous life, after my grandfather passed away, I believed Liam's love was the only thing keeping me alive. That's why I ignored all the red flags." Haley had been the university's sob story. A scholarship student who went viral after posting a desperate plea online. "I'm about to drop out. I just need someone kind to sponsor me. Please, no sugar daddies, just guidance and support." She detached a wide-eyed selfie that screamed innocence. Within hours, the post was everywhere. Guys mocked her. Girls called her manipulative, and the internet feasted on her misery. Liam found her crying in a library corner, trembling under the weight of public hate. He pitied her. He offered to sponsor her. After that, she clung to him like a shadow. When I told him it made me uncomfortable, he called me cold and jealous. We didn't speak for a week. Then Haley started acting sweet, soft voice, tearful eyes, always humble. Eventually, she won me over. I told myself it was harmless. A sponsorship wasn't an affair. As long as Liam loved me, nothing else mattered. And I believed that until the very end. But in that lifetime, I died right after Julian did. In my previous life, someone spiked my drink at a party. I wandered into the wrong bedroom, and the night blurred into chaos with a drunken Julian. Morning brought pure horror. I couldn't face anyone, so I retreated to our family estate in the Hamptons, locking myself away for a month. During that time, Haley suffered a minor car accident. Liam never left her side, playing the perfect hero. Julian, though, tracked me to the Hamptons. He asked a question that had haunted him for years. Why, when both of them had loved me since childhood, I had chosen Liam. Liam and Julian were mirrors of each other, except for their eyes. Liam's were earnest, almond-shaped, exuding intensity and trust. Julian's were upturned, sharp, magnetic, capable of making even the ordinary feel extraordinary. Personality-wise, the contrast was just as stark. Liam was calm, disciplined, A distant star girls admired from afar. Julian was daring, smooth-talking, a whirlwind of charm with a revolving door of admirers. I told Julian the truth. I thought he was a player. I had never been serious with a boy before, and his endless girlfriends made me wary. Being with him felt risky, like losing something precious. The color drained from his face. I shut him down, telling him to forget that night ever happened and never speak of it again. A month later, I discovered I was pregnant. The day I returned from the Hamptons, I walked into a scene that shattered me. Liam and Haley locked in a desperate kiss. I stumbled back, world spinning. I didn't see the car sliding toward me on the slick road. Julian shoved me out of the way, just in time. His last words before everything went dark: "As long as you're okay." 2 hours ago, I woke up in this timeline, pregnant, all too aware of the past repeating itself. This was the week Liam had begun sponsoring Haley, the same week he was giving me the silent treatment over my questions. After Julian's death in my previous life, my inner love meter hit zero. Only then did I realize Liam's love had been hollow for a long time, an empty echo. I hadn't been at this party before. I hadn't witnessed this careless, boundary-free moment. Thinking back, he had probably already been emotionally unfaithful. Looking at the enraged Liam and timid Haley, nausea curled in my stomach. "You're dirty now, Liam," I said flatly. "I don't want you anymore." His eyes reddened, voice low and dangerous. "What did you say? You think I'm dirty?" "Yes," I said. My gaze dropped to the belt around his hips, teeth marks darkening the Italian leather. "You promised me no one else would touch this. A man's promise is his last defense. You broke it. You're tainted." Liam paled. "It wasn't. Julian's voice cut through casually, razor-sharp. "Wasn't what? You looked pretty pleased a moment ago." Humiliation struck Liam dumb. I had no desire to linger. I grabbed Julian's arm. "Ignore him. Let's talk somewhere else." I lied to Julian. I told him I was from 2 years in the future. In that version, Liam had died in a tragic accident, and Julian had finally admitted his feelings. I became his fiancée, got pregnant, and somehow ended up back here. Julian listened quietly, unreadable. He produced a silver case, placed a cigarette between his lips, and reached for a lighter. I stopped him. "Smoking is bad for the baby." He paused. "You don't believe me?" He put the lighter away. "I'm more inclined to think you saw Liam playing games with another girl, and this is your dramatic, albeit clever, way of punishing him." My grip on my purse tightened. He didn't believe me. "Then come with me," I said, dragging him back to the suite. Tension still choked the room. Liam sat slumped on a velvet couch, staring blankly at the ultrasound.
I snatched it from him.
"Look," I said, pointing at the age field. "It says I'm 22. You know I'm only 20 this year. If you still doubt me, we can do a paternity test." "Chloe," Liam roared. "The baby is mine. Stop pretending otherwise." Julian studied me, a calculating glint in his eyes. "We're identical twins. Biologically, a paternity test would list us both as the father." I paused. I hadn't considered that. A cold smile spread across my face.
"Fine.
If neither of you believes me, I'll raise this baby myself. No father required." I turned on my heel and walked out. Both of them chased after me, though I barely noticed. I had just slid into my car and locked the doors. Liam pounded on the window, his face twisted with fury, but I didn't spare him a glance. I pressed the gas pedal and drove away. My phone buzzed endlessly in my clutch. Traveling back in time hadn't erased it. Somehow, the device from 2 years in the future still worked perfectly. Inside were both the ultrasound and all the messages I'd sent. At home, I ignored the barrage of missed calls and opened the chat with Julian. The conversation was from the future, just 4 messages I'd sent after discovering Liam's betrayal. "Me, Julian, I'm pregnant. Me, where are you? I'm coming to find you. Julian Sterling, at the lake house. Me, on my way." The timestamp glared at me. October 10th, 2025. Today was only April 26th, 2023. I remembered peeking through that window in the future, seeing them, clothes scattered, bodies entwined. The memory churned my stomach, a bitter reminder that love and men couldn't be trusted. I decided to turn both of them into the fuel I needed to survive. I hit record on my phone and held down the microphone icon. "Julian," I said, voice steady, "do you believe me now?" I sent the recording, a flawless, Undeniable clip showing a message sent from a phone displaying a date 2 years in the future. Then I set my phone to Do Not Disturb, tossed it on the nightstand, and stepped into the shower. Sleep would have to come first. Morning came, and the first thing I did was check my phone. 99 plus missed calls. 99 plus unread messages. From Liam. Chloe, answer your phone. We were just playing a game. I didn't touch her. I don't agree to you raising this baby alone, and I sure as hell don't agree to you making my brother the father. It was a stupid game, nothing happened. Can you stop blowing this out of proportion? Haley is a sweet girl. She hasn't seen the world. She's just poor. Nothing happened. Are you doing all this just to make me drop her sponsorship? Chloe, when did you become so cold-hearted? Answer me. Haley literally just touched my belt. Please, not like this. Stop trying to hurt me. Chloe, I'm not dirty. You can't leave me. Haley, Haley, Haley. He whispered her name like a prayer, so intimate it made my stomach twist. Then I switched to Julian. I believe you. Chloe, let me raise the baby with you. I'll do everything I can to be a good father. I'll protect you both. Why aren't you answering? Did you see my message? I want to raise our baby with you. Chloe, don't play with me. I'm serious. You didn't reconcile with Liam, did you? I forbid it. You will not raise our child with him. Chloe, answer me when you see this. I quickly typed a reply to Julian. Come get me. We're going to the clinic for a checkup. Then I opened Liam's chat and sent the same message. 2 minutes later, I followed with another. Ignore that. Sent to the wrong person. His reply came instantly.
Oh.
Wrong person? Who?
Julian?
Chloe. I will not let you raise my child with my brother. The messages kept coming in a flood of desperation. I switched off the phone, went to the bathroom, and prepared for the day. When I came downstairs, they were both there, waiting. Julian lounged across the oversized sofa, clad in a black silk shirt and trousers that hugged his lean frame. His attention was buried in his phone, face calm yet magnetic, as if the entire room existed solely in his orbit. Liam, by contrast, stood rigid near the fireplace, his expression stormy, radiating tension that could be felt in the air. The moment he saw me, Liam snapped upright. Chloe. I arched a brow, lips curved in mild amusement. What are you doing here? Liam's jaw tightened, eyes reddening. I told you, this isn't acceptable. Haley and I, nothing happened. It was just a game, he said hoarsely. Julian let out a soft, amused chuckle without lifting his gaze. A game where a girl licks her belt? Sounds perfectly normal. Liam whirled on him, losing control. Julian, shut up. Stop stirring trouble. She's my fiancé. That makes you the other man, the homewrecker. Julian's smirk was sharp. Homewrecker, huh? Has a nice ring to it. Liam's face went pale with frustration. Are you trying to steal my fiancé? Do you even have shame? I leaned casually against the staircase railing, arms crossed, relishing the scene. This is even better than I imagined. Liam flailed, while Julian exuded a controlled, quiet madness. Shame? Julian finally looked up, eyes locking on Liam's. You're the one flaunting a girl in public, acting like it's nothing. Liam froze, struck dumb. Julian had always known exactly which buttons to push. The Sterlings and my family had been intertwined for generations. I grew up with Liam and Julian, almost like siblings, and there was always an unspoken understanding that one of them would become my husband. As teenagers, both confessed their feelings. Julian, surrounded by admirers, always seemed unreliable, a charming flirt. Liam, steady and sincere, felt safe in comparison. My young self gravitated toward stability and kept Julian at a distance. Liam and I grew close, hand-holding kisses, but never went further. Our families expected me to play a major role in the family business. A friend suggested I spend time with my boyfriend to relieve stress. One champagne-fueled charity gala later, we became intimate, caught up in the romantic haze. The pregnancy, now 5 weeks along, made it reasonable for Liam to assume the child was his. He followed us to the car, slipping into the front passenger seat. I slid into the back. Julian took the driver's side, immediately returning to his phone, leaving Liam twisting in his seat, simmering. I glanced at Julian's screen and couldn't help smiling. He was reading an article titled Prenatal Appointments, a guide for first-time dads. No wonder Liam's anger boiled over. Julian's casual composure was pure psychological warfare. Liam's breathing grew ragged. Finally, he barked, Julian, put that phone down. I tilted my head, calm.
He's the father.
Shouldn't he be reading that? The baby is mine, Liam growled. Oh, I said. Then why not read it yourself? Can't be bothered, but he shouldn't either? Seems like he's the better fit. Liam froze, fumbling for his own phone. Julian caught my eye in the rearview mirror, expression unreadable. At the private clinic, Liam tried to assert control, but Julian was already leading me through registration, ID and insurance in hand, ignoring Liam entirely. Liam stood awkwardly, hand extended. Chloe, let me do this. I nodded toward Julian, who had it under control. Liam's frustration deepened. Julian returned with the forms. All right, upstairs to the OB-GYN, he murmured. The nurse called my name. At 5 weeks, a non-invasive paternity test was possible. I instructed both men to give blood first, my own turn last. Chloe, it won't hurt, Liam began. Julian stepped closer, shielding my eyes with a cool hand. Don't look.
Trust me.
Julian, get away, Liam snapped, trying to intervene. She's my fiancée. The baby is mine, Julian said flatly. The baby is mine, Liam shouted, echoing through the sterile room. Heads turned. Whispers followed. 2 guys fighting over 1 girl? They're twins. Is she serious? Better than reality TV. Even with my eyes covered, I felt the curiosity pressing in. When it was over, Julian withdrew his hand. I stood, addressed the room. Everyone, please don't misunderstand. The baby is his. I turned to Liam, tapping my temple. He has issues. Competing with his brother is a habit. Ignore him. The crowd nodded. Understanding dawned. Julian smirked. Did you forget, he said loudly, that another woman was unbuckling your belt just last night? Julian. Liam barked, face red. It was a game. What kind of man plays a game where a girl unbuckles his belt? Julian replied, voice dripping with disdain. Decent men don't. From now on, stay away from me. I'm embarrassed to be related to you. Liam collapsed, defeated, and stormed out. I smiled at Julian as we left. I didn't know your tongue could be that sharp. He rubbed his fingers together, voice soft. Because your eyes were always on Liam. You never noticed me. I grabbed his arm, standing on my toes. You're not still upset I chose him, are you? His silence was heavy, gaze deep and dark. Am I allowed? He finally asked. Of course, I said, smiling. But it doesn't change anything. I won't. I had breakfast delivered, he said. Eat before your next test. In the VIP lounge, I feigned weakness from the blood draw. Julian patiently fed me, handing me dumplings, congee, teasing out small bites. Shrimp shumai, he said. Food tastes better when you feed me, I murmured. Damn, I should have seen this side of you sooner. Maybe I would have chosen differently. I whispered sweet nothings as he fed me, drawing subtle reactions from him, the faintest blush at his ears. Chloe, he murmured, voice husky. After your appointments, we need to talk. Properly. I blinked, mock apologetic. I have to get to the office. Can we wait a couple of days? His gaze softened. Don't overdo it in the first trimester. I'll be careful, I said, smiling. I'll protect our baby. The moment the checkup was finished, I waved a quick goodbye to Julian and stepped outside. In the lobby, I spotted Liam with Haley. She clutched at his arm, lips pressed together, eyes wide with feigned innocence. Seeing me, she pressed closer, seeking shelter as if from a storm. I felt a surge of contempt. In my previous life, I had trusted Liam so fully that I had failed to see the manipulative actress Haley truly was. Sliding into my waiting car, I deliberately rolled down the window. As we drove past, I had the driver honk. Liam's head snapped up, panic flashing across his face as he caught my icy gaze. I simply turned forward and rolled the window back up, letting the bitter mix of betrayal and rage rise inside me. So this was going on long before I ever realized. 3 days later, the paternity test results arrived. I summoned both brothers to the clinic. To my annoyance, Liam brought Haley along. He looked drawn, dark circles under red-rimmed eyes. His voice wavered, raw with desperation. Chloe, at the clinic, nothing happened with Haley. You wouldn't answer, so I had to bring her to explain, he said. I let out a cold laugh. Not calling her your sweet little charity case today? That title seemed to thrill you before. He flinched. Please don't do this. There's nothing between us. The game, it was just a dare. Everyone egged me on. I met his gaze, expression blank. Don't blame others, Liam. You've been dared countless times before and held your ground. But for her, you crossed your own line. You broke your own rules. Whether it was a game or not, in my eyes, you betrayed me. His lips parted, lost. Haley stepped forward, clutching her purse strap, eyes brimming with manufactured sympathy. It's just a game. Aren't you overreacting? Liam didn't do anything wrong. Why are you so petty? Thwack. Before she could finish, a foot shot out, sending Liam sprawling across the polished floor. Julian towered over him, eyes narrowed, radiating danger. Liam, did you teach her to speak to Chloe that way? We grew up protecting her, and you let some outsider insult her. Liam stammered from the ground. No. Haley, apologize to Chloe.
Now.
Haley went pale, trembling, words caught in her throat. I cast one final cold glance at Liam. Wait here. I grabbed Julian's arm and strode into the clinic for the DNA results. As expected, the test confirmed that, due to their identical DNA, either could be the child's father. When we returned, Haley had vanished. I handed Liam the report. You're both a match. His voice broke, hoarse. Chloe, the baby is mine. I won't let you raise it with him. I'll cut Haley out. I was wrong. Please stop using your brother to punish me. I leaned close, lips brushing his ear. Liam, don't you get it? I don't want you. It doesn't matter whose child it is. What matters is who I say the father is. I straightened, turning to Julian. He's much better suited to raise this child with me. I whispered into Julian's ear, voice low. He's alive, he still loves me. He thinks the baby is his. If you want this, you'll have to fight him. Show me you want to raise our child. Beat him. Aim for the face. Win and see me tomorrow. Lose. I let it hang. We admire winners. We don't like fathers who are losers. My car pulled up. I stood tall, expression unreadable. You want to be the father? Figure it out. My manager needs me for a meeting. I have to go. That evening, Julian sent a photo. Liam's bruised, swollen face. The caption, satisfied? I replied with soft, syrupy voice notes. So satisfied. You're amazing, Julian. Are you hurt? If your hand's injured, see a doctor. I'd feel guilty otherwise. I was blind before. I can't believe I ever thought Liam was better. You've always been the best to me. You are the best person to me. Good night. I hope to see you in my dreams. Don't forget to come see me in the morning. We need to talk about our baby. Maximum emotional validation. My grandfather always said I could charm anyone, even the devil if I wanted. Across town, Julian showered, letting the cold water fall over him. My voice played endlessly in his mind. You're amazing. Did you hurt your hand? You're the best. He knew my words were weapons. He knew he was powerless against them. He loved me more than anyone. And I had rejected him. The fire inside him swelled. One thought crystallized. He would have me, no matter the cost. The next day, sun flooded my penthouse. I placed my phone on the table and smiled at Julian. I have a conference call in 30 minutes, I said sweetly. We'll have to keep this quick. He wore a dark red shirt under a tailored black vest, lean and commanding. His hands rested on his knees, elegant and poised. Chloe, you shouldn't work so hard in your first trimester, he said, low and rumbling. You have a CEO. You don't need to manage everything. I tilted my head, innocent. But I don't trust men anymore, I whispered. I thought Liam loved me, but now I see. Julian paused, then moved from the couch to kneel before me. Eyes dark and intense, he whispered. Chloe, not everyone is like him. I will never betray you. I will always be loyal. My smile faded, but Julian, he promised the same. And 2 years from now, he cheated with Haley. Shock flickered across his face. Tears formed, but my voice stayed steady. Just before he died, I found out. I lied to you. We weren't together in the future. That night, the baby was an accident. I don't know what to do. I choked. The unspoken message was clear. Help me, but don't demand a title. Julian's hand trembled as he brushed a tear from my cheek. Chloe, don't cry, he whispered, voice hoarse with emotion. After a few minutes, I took a deep breath, wiped my eyes, and let a fragile smile soften my expression. Julian, I've changed my perspective. A man can belong to you one day, and someone else the next. But money and power, they never betray. I need both, and a lot of them.
Can you give me that?
His eyes glimmered, brimming with emotion. I love you, Chloe, he said, voice thick with feeling. I've never been able to give it all, but now it's all yours. And as for money, that too, everything I have. It's yours if you want it.
Ding.
Mission accomplished. Time to leave. I leaned in, letting my breath brush his ear. Actions speak louder than words. Today, I have to go, but if you want to be with me, you need to prove your sincerity. Then, as if remembering something, I leaned closer, whispering, and one more thing. With the baby coming, I might not manage it all. Would you take classes, high-end parenting ones? Learn to care for a pregnant woman then a newborn? Take care of me first, then the baby. Would you do that, Julian? His Adam's apple bobbed. Yes, he said, raw and unwavering. Then I have nothing to worry about, I said, beaming. I know you'll take perfect care of us. I have to run. Bye, Julian. I may have been born an heiress, but I was never just a debutante. My family raised me to run an empire, not be spoiled. I'd always been surrounded by love, admiration, and protection from home, school, and even Liam and Julian. Liam and Haley were the first real disaster I'd encountered. In my past life, Haley had played the naive, innocent card flawlessly, hiding her ambition and entitlement. This time, one phone call erased her. The university expelled her for unethical conduct, posted publicly. Liam, uninterested in the family business, stayed away after his bruised face and 2 weeks of silence. Meanwhile, Julian transformed. He threw himself into parenting classes, cooking 3 meals a day, and sending me lucrative business opportunities. 2 weeks later, Liam called from a friend's phone, drunk and desperate. Chloe, I love you, come get me. Please. I looked out at the city lights, calm and unwavering. Liam, don't you remember? I don't want you anymore. A choked sob came through.
Why?
It was just a game. I didn't cheat. I love you. Don't leave me. Liam, I said, voice steady. You promised. That belt. You said you'd never let another woman touch it. You crossed your line. I can forgive, but I can't trust again. I hung up, then contacted a mutual friend who could guide Liam. I offered a lucrative contract as incentive, comfort him, tell him there's still hope, and help him regain trust. The Sterling brothers' rivalry escalated. Julian excelled in classes, cooked for me, and sent business deals. Liam followed, competing with gifts, jewelry, and private chefs. True love is shown through devotion, and I wielded it as leverage. Everything from Julian I accepted, everything from Liam, selectively. Men and love no longer dictated me. Money and power did. Their mother called, furious at my manipulation. I countered by calling their grandfather, signaling my choice. Julian would become my fiancé. I showed them a video to cement the decision privately. The family agreed. Julian would be mine, but the announcement would remain secret for now. I was the sole heir to my family's fortune, trained from birth to lead. By 18, I interned. By 19, I was general manager, matching wits with board members twice my age. My grandfather prepared me carefully, hiring the best support and clearing the way for my independence. Despite love and privilege, my condition remained secret. Having seen death once, I refused vulnerability. Control was mine alone. Yet memories of Liam's betrayal haunted me. Nightmares replayed the scene, him kissing Haley, lust in his eyes as she called him brother-in-law. Physical revulsion overtook me, waves of nausea following every sight of him. Finally, I snapped. Liam, you disgust me. I screamed, eyes wild, voice raw. Get out. I never want to see you again.
He froze, stunned.
I couldn't face him. I clung to Julian, desperate. Take me away, I whispered. He swept me into his arms and drove off, stopping Liam with a single, deadly sentence. Liam, I dare you to get in this car. Liam faltered. Julian drove me away, shielding me from the past and anyone who would betray my trust again. Julian carried me into the penthouse, but I clung to him, refusing to let go. Don't move. I mumbled into his chest. Just let me hold you. He stroked my back gently, voice rough with emotion. It's okay, Chloe love. Let it out. Cry if you need to. I hadn't meant to, but his words broke the dam. A tidal wave of emotions, helplessness, anger, exhaustion, crashed over me. I sobbed, ragged and unrelenting, until sleep claimed me. When I awoke, Julian was sitting at the edge of the bed. I still clutched his arm. Julian, I'm here, love. I crawled into his lap, nuzzling his chest like a cat seeking comfort. I think you're all I have left. Will you always love me? I will, he said, conviction vibrating in his voice. Always, Chloe. I tilted my head, voice soft. The baby's hungry. Make me dinner now, and I'll make you my fiancé. His breath hitched. What did you say? A title?
Don't you want one?
I do, he interrupted, desperate. Chloe, I want it. He laid me gently back on the pillows, rushing out to prepare. I made 2 calls. Within minutes, the official social media accounts announced the engagement between Chloe Vanderbilt and Julian Sterling and the termination of my engagement to Liam. Moments later, Liam stormed into the room, trembling and pale. Chloe, why? You cheated, I said coldly, showing him the photo I'd taken of him and Haley. It's fake. Photoshopped, he insisted. I swiped to a video, evidence of their betrayal. Haley's sickly sweet voice filled the air. Of course it's fake. Liam yelled. I never. I captured it myself, I said, sending him the files. Take them to an expert if you must. The evidence doesn't lie. Get out of my life. Stay out. 2 weeks later, Julian and I were having dinner when his grandfather called with news about Liam. Liam had taken the files to every digital forensics expert he could find. All confirmed. The evidence was real. Liam had lost his mind, confronting Haley in a small town where she'd been married off. Their struggle in the town square ended in a tragedy. Haley died instantly, and Liam's legs were crushed. He would never walk again. The Sterling families considered it karmic justice. They sent him abroad for treatment. Before leaving, he begged to see me one last time. I agreed. He arrived in a wheelchair, pale, lifeless. Chloe, I just wanted to see you before I left. Haley set me up, I swear I don't remember. My expression remained blank. His lips trembled. Chloe,
I'm sorry.
I failed you. I felt no triumph, only cold acknowledgement.
So, be it Liam.
You betrayed me first. You earned this. Pregnancy hormones left me fragile. Even I, who rarely cried, found myself tearing up at the smallest things. Anxiety gnawed constantly, the fear of losing Julian, or dying, never far. I couldn't reveal my condition, couldn't fully return his love. But Julian understood. He held me, assured me I didn't need to love him as long as I didn't push him away. I found comfort in sitting in his lap, head on his chest, listening to his heartbeat. Slowly, his unwavering devotion calmed the storm inside me. I began to heal. Once secure, I embraced my role as adored with absolute control. I bought a fine silver chain, fastening it around his neck like a collar, holding the other end in my hand. Most days, I focused on work and studies, but sometimes, just for fun, I tugged gently, reminding my devoted pre-husband who was in charge. Life became warm, interesting, and fully mine. A year later, Julian juggled our twin babies, eyes red-rimmed, voice pleading. Chloe Vanderbilt, when will you make an honest man out of me? You have a title, I reminded him. Everyone knows you're my fiancé. I want it legally certified. Nope, I said cheerfully. I promised I wouldn't be pushed. He sighed. Then can you at least tell all those other guys to back off? I smiled. If they pursue me, it only proves good taste. That reflects on your charm, not my loyalty. Besides, a little competition keeps you on your toes. He took a deep breath. Chloe, I love you. I'm juggling babies and work. Can you give me a couple of days break? I rubbed his shoulders. Oh, my poor baby, you're exhausted. Why didn't the nannies handle them? You don't take care of yourself. He let out a tired smile. I treat you like my wife, and you play me like a dog. And you let me? I asked, leaning down to kiss him. Yes, he sighed, melting into the kiss. But I'm tired. Just a couple of days.
All right.
For his devotion as a father, I could grant him a short reprieve. I really was the most considerate person in the world.